are live. It's been a while, a couple of weeks, a week, 2 weeks, right? Hey, everybody. Good evening. How y'all doing? I don't know. This microphone is acting silly today. But anyway, hi, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Coach Terri Bryant and Coach Bryant, and we're the Bryants, and we're football coaches in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the University of Kentucky Wildcats, where our son, Coach Bryant, where our son is the newly appointed All SEC second team for 2025. So we're happy about that. We're going to talk about that. Make sure you subscribe, share. We gonna talk about a lot of things sports. We both coach football. He made me a football coach. We're gonna talk all sports, but we'll mainly talk football. It's a whole lot of stuff going on in the football world. It's a new era coaching Coach Bryant.
It's a new era coaching Coach Bryant. Okay. Well, I guess the first thing, the last time we were on, Coach Stoops was the head football coach.
He was.
And who's the head coach now?
Coach Stein.
Coach Stein
is now the head football coach. So we done went through a whole lot. We done went through a whole lot of changes in 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is the back-to-back performance against Vandy and also
then Louisville, because they were ugly and disappointing and embarrassing.
Well, the thing about it is that I thought, and I said to you many times, is the biggest thing that I thought with UK football this past season is they never responded when they got hit in the mouth.
Right.
They never responded back. If everything went right,
they were good.
They were good. And it had to be perfect. But, I never thought the kids stopped playing hard. They just didn't know how to fight harder.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought there was a little bit of fight in the Texas game.
I mean, that's so long ago.
I know. Because, again, we were losing and we ended up scoring to tie it, to send it into overtime, which was something that we hadn't done. There wasn't any fight. But then it's almost like we fell apart after that.
Well, fell apart. I'm not looking at that. I'm just saying you have to respond back, and everybody has a plan. I think, and I say it all the time, Mike Tyson has the greatest saying, when everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. And what is your response after you get hit in the mouth?
Absolutely.
And so I thought that was it. And then the head coach,
Coach Stein.
Yeah, that's is the OC for Oregon, and we'll talk about the playoffs and all that. And I was very fortunate. I was like, Stein, hold up. I played with his dad in the 80s. And this young man has worked his way up. The press conference, we were there at his press conference.
Very interesting.
He was
very flamboyant, very energizing.
Well, I like that about him. Some
too.
people didn't really like that. There's a little bit too cocky, a little bit too. Like that.
Go ahead, you have to be.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
I'm just saying, you just have to be. I was just commenting on what you just said. You have to be.
Well, I don't use the term "you have to be," but if that's your personality, if your personality is that, then you do what you do. So with that said, I thought that was pretty good personality that he was saying at the meeting.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I thought he said everything he was supposed to say to make everybody, buy in. And all we can do is just wait to see what happens. He's struggling with loading up his staff. I was glad that he retained Coach Stewart, because I really, really love Coach Stewart. Kind of wish he would have retained a couple more. I would like Coach Collins to stay. Some of our coaches have already got new jobs. Both our DC and our OC already have new jobs already.
Where's the OC going?
He's going to Mississippi State.
Oh, okay.
Now he's something with the offense, but he's not going to be making play calls.
Okay, but he's got another job.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I think Coach Wolford also is I think he went to LSU. And so 3 coaches that I know of have gotten new jobs.
Besides Coach
White, who went to Florida.
Was as a DC.
Mm-hmm.
But but the only thing about the conference that had me based on our baby, our son Ty Bryant, was we need to name an defensive coordinator. I mean, that's a big deal to me. Being a defensive person, people time in if you like, but as a defensive person, my scheme may be different than another scheme. And you got to see if you fit in that scheme. I know for a fact that, he's got 3 choices right now out there on the board. And all 3 of them are quality DBs. I mean, defensive back coaches, linebacker coaches, nose and all that. And, very good coordinators. So that's going to be quite interesting if that comes about of who he chooses and when he chooses it. And because right now he's double dipping, he's getting ready for the playoffs, and that's quite interesting as well.
Okay, can you
help? Why are you talking so mild?
I don't know. Can you help me understand? Can you help me understand the importance of the defense being a fit? Like, so doesn't that not happen when you go to the next level? And doesn't that prepare you for the next level by having an opportunity to adjust to a different defense? Because then now scouts and stuff on the next level can see that you can adapt really well, and you can learn a new playbook quickly and that type of stuff. Can you explain that?
Well, I tried. I think you and I have had this conversation, here in the house, and there's no different than a player going to one team and he gets cut, but he becomes an all-pro at another team. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. I mean, that's where you have to understand it's not the same thing. When you're doing park and rec, everybody runs a cover 3. Yeah, everybody's doing it. But when you get in high school, you got to learn to change your defense. You got to learn to roll to a different coverage, and you got to know your responsibility. If you go on another defense, like my defense is I blitz a lot. Mm-hmm. So there are certain players can't play in my defense on the high school, college, or pro level because you got to have speed at this spot. If I run a certain type of defense, I don't need a lot of speed at certain spots. Right. And so that's what I mean by figuring out who is the defensive coordinator, because, does he run a 3-4? Does he run a 50? Does he run a base for high? Does he, I don't know, does he play a cover 2? Does he play cover 3? Does he roll into man one side and zone into another side? Does he play a lot of cover 1? And football terminology is, does that help you as an individual player? It's just not just the DBs and Ty returning to Kentucky defensive side. It's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. We have a young defense.
Yeah, I mean, besides linebackers, most of the linebackers were seniors, and had a lot of young linebackers that stepping in was learning the new system. Now they got to learn them differently. So,
okay, so there are lots of coaches that either transitioned into new coaching jobs or were terminated from the job. I think the one that surprised me the most was Michigan's coach getting into some trouble, and I think as we speak, he was presently being detained by the police. And
did you say transition into?
Transitioning in and out of.
Okay, I'm just using your words.
And
he was transitioning.
I was trying to be nice.
Okay.
You know, they either getting
Well, I mean,
fired
but-
they either getting fired or they're just moving into another job because they're getting promoted or they're being brought up from, you know, they're having some
There we
success
go.
on where they're at, and now they're getting hired to transition to a bigger role.
No, I got the other
school or
coach. It's a
something like that.
transition I was talking about Michigan's coach. I'm sorry, I thought it was funny. So, well, I mean, his situation, you know, he did. It's all on him. I mean, you get yourself an opportunity. You got to be bigger, and you put yourself thinking you're bigger than the program, and you're invincible. Then things happen. I think the biggest thing that I've always said to Ty is do what's right, not what's popular.
Right.
And so with that said, is different coaches. Coach Franklin out of Penn State went where?
He went to Virginia Tech.
Okay, and you know, and in talking about that situation of college coaches, I thought that he's a good coach. I think he's a good coach. I just don't think he's one of those, you know, top 5 coaches.
Right.
He's done very well. He's changed programs. He's done a fantastic job when he was at Vandy, and then he went to Penn State and uplifted their program. They just couldn't get over that hump of getting to the opportunity of beating Ohio State. So with that.
Gotcha. I just I mean, we're kind of in that situation. It doesn't mean we are at Crawford, where we came in and kind of, you know, built up a program, and you know, we just can't get over that hump as far as getting over that winning that championship game.
Yeah, because we've been there. I mean, but the difference,
the
difference in Penn State, they haven't been there.
They haven't been there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
he got close last year, but
well, I mean, if we take a moment and just to go on our personal thing right now, if you take a moment and you think about it, we have open subjects for today. If you time in, just want to throw that out there. If you got something that you wanted to say, please don't hesitate. But with that said, is you know, a few little things happen to keep us from doing it, different than Penn State.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, losing Davenport is bad. Got a promotion, moved back to Cincinnati. That was our huge. True quarterback. Yeah. And then we had a new school that came in that took a few players and took some players that would have played their 8th grade year, you know, or their 7th grade year. And we lost a few 7th graders that would have fit in with these 8th graders. And it made a big difference. And that does make a difference. And you know, if you go high school football in this area, Henry Clay has felt the wrath of Frederick Douglass for years.
I mean, they still haven't won it. Nobody outside of the city has ever beat. Still has yet to beat Frederick Douglass.
39-0. 39-0. So with that said, is that all that makes a big difference. So
okay, gotcha. Well, what did you think? Did you see the All City?
No, I didn't.
All City, let me pull that up for you.
Oh, All City. I mean, high school football, I really think it's in Fayette County is on the uprise. I think my personal feeling is, and I talked to a very good friend of mine, Ozar, the other day, and he was having a conversation with Terrell did this, and he's talking to him about that, and I think Henry Clay, Ivory's high school team is in an uproar of getting better and better, and it's going to be quite interesting. Frederick Douglass, to me, is still the team to beat next year. They got a lot of juniors on their team that will be seniors. They got a lot of like good juniors and good juniors this year that will be seniors this year, and a exciting team to watch next year, offensively and defensively. So,
okay. So the 2025 Herald Leader All-City football team, first team offense, quarterback was Nash Whelan of Lexington Christian, and they're coming off. Oh, well, congratulations to them because they won. Yes. They won a state championship. His little son, Jeremiah, and Coach Burbage. Congratulations to them. We're getting we're getting some of that hardware. Brady Wasick of Lexington Catholic
Brady.
were the two first team offensive quarterback. At running back, hands down, Dakari Talbert is the best running back in the city. I think he's one of the best running backs in the state.
He's in the 1-2.
Yeah.
I'm not going 1-2-3. He's 1-2.
Yes, absolutely.
He's 1-2.
And Devin Hood of Lexington Christian. And then at wide receivers and tight end, JT Cooper of Takes Creek, Tyler King of Lexington Christian, Kamani Barber of Bryant Station.
Now let me talk about that Barber kid.
Okay.
That young man can do a lot, and what happens, he does everything so well. When he goes off to college, I'm curious on which side of the ball he's actually going to play on, because he is that talented of a kid.
He can play both inside.
And he was one of the candidates in the Paul Horney Award, which Savage got out of Rowell County. Well deserved. Anybody, please go ahead and continue, but well deserved. And if you never saw this kid play, he got a high ankle sprain, and in the game against Frederick Douglass. And if he doesn't get that high ankle sprain, they probably would have won it, because they was loaded with a lot of seniors and some few juniors and sophomores in the tag. But Rowell County will reload next year. But with that said, this young man is just a heck of a kid, and 4.0 GPA.
And we love student athletes that get
4.0 GPA.
Okay,
going to Indiana. Excuse me. Sorry,
going to Indiana. And you know what? And I don't know if he signed, but I would hope that Coach Stein would maybe be able to flip him.
Well, remember Coach Stein said you can flip him.
And he's a he's a Kentucky
and he's that
player,
good.
And he wants to keep the good Kentucky players in Kentucky.
Yeah. So
he's one of them. I think he needs to really go out there and see about flipping him and getting him to come to Kentucky.
Yeah.
But I get it. Indiana's the number one team in the nation right now, right?
Yeah.
Or did they drop?
No, they got the number one seed
after they beat Ohio State. Yeah. So you can't be mad when somebody, it's the Indiana. I think is the hottest team right now. At offensive line, Jeremiah Moore, Bryant Station. Jeremiah has been a beast since he was a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
And our baby Xavier Carter.
And he was one of the few kids that I would play as a sixth grader.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't mess him up. And but he's a great young man. His dad's fantastic, mom as well. And I think his biggest attribute was his sister keeping him straight. So,
I think so.
Yeah.
Nick Greer, Lexington Christian, and is it Rosian Gillespie? Of Frederick Douglass. And then
now he's big time. Gillespie's big
time.
He's
as
big
an
time.
Offensive line.
Yeah. So
offensive line are some of the most important, players. I think that was probably one of the first things that you taught me when we started coaching together, was make sure that you give the offensive line their love, because they don't get enough press. They don't get they don't get all the hype and the glitz and the glamour. But they're the offense doesn't run if the offensive line doesn't.
Well, I tell you, I can't remember who Bryant Station was playing, and they did what. This was a few years ago, and I was listening to the game, and Bryant Station was playing somebody on the road, and everybody should do this. Everybody, because what happened is that team scored a touchdown. Everybody clap, cheer, touchdown, Terry Bryant. Okay, that's what they did. And then they kicked the field goal, people clap, and then there's a dead period. And during that dead period, they said on the intercom, they go, Terry Bryant was led in the end zone by, and they named every offensive line in the tight end. Because you got time to do that. And they gave them their props, because only Earl Campbell ran over 9 people. He didn't run over 11, but he ran over 9. But you can't do anything without blocking.
Right. Now at athletes, first team, they got Jordan Haskins of Bryant Station.
He's going to be big time next year, going into his senior year. He had a high ankle sprain, which people didn't realize with their system with Bryant Station. Him being in the secondary and him also playing quarterback, He came in at the end, but Haskins is going to be top notch. Jordan's going to be top notch, and super athlete. He'll be a candidate for Mr. Kentucky next year.
Gotcha. Hey, Mr. Brown, I'm definitely gonna bring that question up. Thank you for reminding me. So first team defense at DB, Sion Khan, Frederick Douglass,
Super athlete. Just
Damon Green.
yeah, and then he used to play for Bryan Station.
Mm-hmm.
Went over Frederick Douglass. Did fit in very well with their system. And you're talking about a system. He fit in very well with that system, and he blossomed just like his older brother did.
Mm-hmm. And Jackson Grants.
Now Jackson
of Lafayette.
Oh my gosh, all purpose.
Mm-hmm.
All purpose, wears jersey number 1, and Coach Lawson calls him Superman. He punts, he kicks, he DB. I mean, he's one of their top tacklers at safety. We familiarize with him. We'll go back to Ty in a few minutes, but he's that young man does it all, and he's a junior. He will return back with Lafayette.
And Baird Woodall of Lexington Catholic.
Well, it comes in their genes. Big brother, and now him. Yeah. And he's a heck of a baseball player, plays shortstop. Came in last year, helped them win many games. So, great, very good, talented family, talented athlete.
So at linebacker, another one of our babies, Corey Fields, a.k.a. Missile.
I can't say enough. I need time for this one. It took a stopwatch. I'm not staying long. This young man, top. I mean, personality, great kid, academically, very humble till he gets on the field. He goes sideline to sideline, takes on blocks. And one game, I want to say, I can't remember how many tackles he had, but it was a lot. I think it was over 15. And I forget the game on top of my head, but he is, and I wish him so well. He's one of the kids that can play D1. He can play in the SEC.
I think he's
his biggest problem may be what people look for, and they judge you based on height.
Yeah.
And but there's no question he's a dog, and he can do his thing.
Absolutely.
Miss him.
Thomas Sizemore of Lexington Christian.
Thomas, same thing.
And Thurman Wade of Frederick Douglass was another beast.
Another beast. I mean, Frederick Douglass got some dogs but like the same thing with that young man at Lexington Christian. This is a very unique. Everybody's got some athletes at every school.
And on my defensive line, Jack White of Lexington Catholic, Bo Darling of Lexington Christian. Mark Hozinski of Lexington Catholic, and Miles Hayward of Takes Creek.
Right. Miles Hayward, excellent job. I want to say he got tweaked up a little bit during the season, but came on very strong at the end, or vice versa. Either he was okay, then got hurt at the end, but he's a big-time player. He's a big time.
And that kicker, John Hannon of Bryant Station.
And John Hannon, and he didn't kick at the end of the season for Bryant Station. He must have got hurt or something. John Hannon, unbelievable. And I got an unbelievable name, John Hannon, New England Patriots.
Oh, gotcha.
Offensive guard. And John Hannon's all-pro for the New England Patriots. When I first heard that name at my age, I thought of John Hannon of the Patriots O-line.
Gotcha. Okay, so Mr. Brown reminded me of a post that I put up on my page regarding the football bowl games, and then there was like 11 teams that have opted out, including, your Notre Dame. I'm gonna say your Notre Dame because you love Notre Dame.
Go Irish.
And K-State. There was a couple other ones. I said K-State, but I meant Kansas State.
Kansas State,
yeah. So
Iowa State, excuse me.
Yes. And so there's a couple of teams that, and so what is your opinion on the whole opting out and your opinion on Notre Dame saying that, if y'all not going to put us in the college football playoff, we're not participating in the bowl game.
Well, I tell you what I want to do. I'm going to do this. I want you to answer that first. Your opinion. I mean, before I put my opinion in, because I want to know what your thoughts is without slightly influencing or having you second guess your opinion. So what is your opinion, Ms. Coach Bryant?
Well, regarding Notre Dame specifically, I feel that because they're not in a conference, um, this situation kind of hurts them because if they would have won the conference, then I think that they would have been in. But I think that they're being punished because they're not in a conference, and I almost felt like it's like a tug to get them to join a conference so that you don't get um, put out again or get into the situation again. But I also understand why they choose not to be in a conference because now, because they're independent, um, they get to do their own TV rights and stuff with with their TV shows or whatever, where they don't have to share that revenue with anybody but them. And so I think that revenue comes in a lot more, and they probably got a lot more money than what we think we do because they are independent and they have their own radio, TV and radio rights exclusively, without having to share that revenue with other teams. Now, when it comes to the other schools, uh,
Sorry.
a lot of the other schools, I think most of the ones that opted out are the ones that have coaches that are transitioning out of those jobs. So they either fired the coach, even though they still um, qualify for a bowl game, and then the schools just opted out because they don't have, like for us, if by any chance that we would have been bowl eligible, but we still, for instance, we don't won the Texas game, which is a game we should have won, but we still lost that game to Vandy and Louisville the way we did. We would have been bowl eligible, but there still probably would have been a possibility that they probably would have went on ahead and gone ahead and fired him anyway. I'm just throwing that out there as an example. Now you don't have a staff to, you don't really have a full staff to coach because now coaches are okay. We know we're gone. So now they're trying to find new jobs. And so it's a sense of urgency with trying to find a new job. And now, so I just see it from that perspective. I think most of the schools that opted out have transitioned from their coach and they don't have a full staff. And then even at that point, sometimes the players have already checked out too when there's a coaching change.
Well, I mean, I think those valid points. I really do. We'll go back to the original person, and that is original team Notre Dame. To me, Notre Dame opted out for one reason, to make a point. And I agree with Notre Dame opting out based on why they felt like they don't want to play. Theirs has nothing to do with coaching changes. Theirs had very simple to do with the committee board messed it up.
Oh,
And the reason why they messed it up, how do you jump someone and neither one of you play and no game had an impact, winning or losing, on you? So the week before, on that Tuesday, they should have had Miami in front of Notre Dame. They should have had them in front. Okay, you can't beat me out if we both don't do nothing. I mean, if you're number 9 and I'm number 10 and neither one of us play, how do you jump me? I mean, we're done.
right.
That's no different if I leave school and I don't have, at the end of school years in a week, they test. After they get done testing, it's usually the last 3 days of school. You don't do no grades, nothing. So how does your grade go up and down? It doesn't. It stays. If I'm at 80%, I'm 80% when that week's over. And I felt like that right there was a big thing. And then they talk about, I've heard people many times talk about head to head. Okay, so let me make sure I get this straight. If you play hooey in the news and you play this this week team, this week team, you this week team, and you and I play, and I beat top ranked teams. Yes, you beat me, but you don't play anybody else ranked the rest of the year. So when people start talking about head to head, look at who they played during the year. You beat me head to head, then I turn around and beat, like when they were talking about Alabama. Alabama beat 5 teams in the top 25.
So is that why you feel like they were justified with putting Alabama in with 3 losses?
Yeah, because when they went through that stretch and beat 5 teams, how many people played that man? I mean, let's give Ohio State their credit. Who did they play all year? So if I play a weak schedule and I happen to have one big game the whole year, that's all I have to have. And I end up winning that game head to head, because that's what everybody keeps talking about, head to head. You play it the first time. Ohio State beat Texas the first game of the season. Texas had to turn around and play who? Who did Ohio State play?
Right.
Who did they play the rest of the year?
Texas had to play Georgia. They had to play, and we should have beat them.
Yeah, okay, but what I'm getting at is you got to put the whole body into it. To me, so when Notre Dame, my opinion, opt out. To my personal opinion, they opt out because they don't have to play. Kids are making NIL money. They're not making bowl money anymore.
Don't worry about the bowl money anymore.
And like you said,
And then they have
how many big time players are going to play in the bowl game anyway if it ain't in the tournament?
Low wasn't about to play.
A lot of them not going to play. They're already making money.
They're already making money.
And people,
they're going to the next level.
And people have a problem. And please time in, Mr. Brown. But people have a problem of still living in the past, and the future is right now. So quit saying what it used to be or how it's supposed to be. This is what it is. Kids now get paid. So if you're getting paid, just like the Miami quarterback, why would he go to the NFL when he made $5 million at the U? Why would he go to the NFL?
Right.
He made $5 million at the U.
Right.
Oh, the biggest dream when I grew up is where? Playing in the what?
Get into the NFL.
Because to make money, to change your family's life.
But now you're doing that before you've even getting the
now you get to the NFL to keep your football career going.
Yeah.
Because you've already banked $2 million, $5 million, 900,000. I mean, I don't know too many people make 900,000 in my circle, or 500,000. We talk about like 50,000. Yeah. So my personal opinion, Notre Dame leaving and everybody that's doing it is for a reason. How many players? How many are you gonna play? Are you gonna play? Because when Ohio State lost a bowl game, I never will forget this, a few years ago. And they lost a bowl game, and everybody kept dogging Ohio State. Ohio State lost. Ohio State had 20-some kids that didn't play.
They didn't play because they chose to opt out.
They chose to opt out. I mean, you didn't beat the Ohio State. You beat Ohio State. You didn't beat the Ohio State.
Right. So, I sounds like we're kind of talking the same thing, or saying the same thing. I just, again, I even Mr. Brown said that several factors confronted Notre Dame. One, they didn't belong to a conference. Most committee members have despised for the college, and Bama is a brand name. But I don't think it has anything to do with the conference.
I don't think Bama has hold on, Coach. I don't think it has nothing to do with a conference. It has nothing to do with a conference. Playing a conference championship is the dumbest thing you can do. Why would I play it? I got a chance not making the playoffs if I get beat in the conference. Why don't I sit at home?
But they said that the conference championships.
It does matter.
It matters if you win it and you don't, and you're not, and you're one of the teams that has an opportunity to now be in the conference. But
who won a conference championship, was very close making a bowl game and didn't go in? Who beat BYU?
Texas Tech.
It wasn't Texas Tech. Was it Texas Tech? Oh, I can't remember. Somebody won a conference championship, and they're a Power 5. They're not in the playoffs. And I can't remember which team that was. And Mr. Brown, if you know what I'm talking about, please help me out because I'm having a moment of remembrance. And all I'm saying is, and staying on the subject, Notre Dame main
Duke.
object, Duke. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Duke won a Power Five conference championship. How come they're not in? But the other ones are. The other two.
Because they already had chosen ahead
Yeah.
of time which conference games would give them an automatic bid into the college football playoffs.
So the main objective is the conference games shouldn't count. So it only counts in this case, not in that case.
It counts when it benefits them.
When it benefits them, right? We're saying the same thing. So the biggest point that I'm making that in getting off the subject, Notre Dame making their decision. I don't think I would have did that, but I understand why, because they probably asked their players who's already getting paid.
And played very well.
Getting paid very well of how much
they want to play.
They want to play. So that's just me.
My only thing about that is that I don't know if that's actually the case, if they went through and asked the players that they want to play, because my thing is it had to be very disappointing to find out that was your last college game and you thought that you had another game that you could play.
Well,
that would have been very tough for me.
I think in my mind, if you're a kid that don't look to go off to the NFL, okay, if you're going off to the NFL, just like our middle school kids, a lot of them know that they're pretty talented, that they gonna have a chance to play at the high school level. Some of them don't think they're going to, and that could be their last time they're ever suiting up, and having an opportunity to get on the field. So,
okay.
Go ahead. I can tell you don't agree with me.
I do agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Duke, I guess Duke 7-5. The reason why they're another reason if they didn't make it in is because again you're 7-5. We can't put a 7-5 team in the playoffs because then now we got to change the whole playoff format.
Well,
because
okay.
But
you don't think Duke had a chance to beat Tulane? Regardless of them being 75,
but no,
but Duke will have a chance of beating Tulane. And what's the other team? James Madison. So yes. Duke couldn't beat James Madison. Yes, they could.
They probably could.
Okay, James Madison's record, and I'm sorry, James Madison's record is no different when Kentucky played Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech was averaging 43 points a game.
They were
until they played a bigger, stronger team. As long as you stay on your porch, you're okay. So I'm not disrespecting those teams. Don't get me wrong, people who's listening and may think I am. I'm not.
Yeah, we're not
I'm just saying there's a big difference in the schedule of James Madison and the schedule that Vandy played.
And
they're not the same.
And no disrespect again, but I don't want to see. So Tulane already lost to Ole Miss. That's who they're playing again. And Ole Miss blew them out. Now it might be a little bit closer this time, only because Lane Kiffin is not coaching.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Let me mark this out. All right, my point is, Ole Miss is going to look good because they're going to say, "Excuse me,
we don't need him."
I'm not that they don't need him, but they're disappointed that he left and chose someone else. And I remember a coach who's a very good friend of mine choosing another school. And when we played them the next year, they played us hard because we ended up moving to another school. And they thought that he just didn't believe in them. And they took it personal. And I think that's what Ole Miss is going to prove, at least this first game to me.
Just the first game. After that, it's going to be a wrap.
I don't know.
So what did you think about Kiffin leaving Ole Miss? And isn't this Kiffin's 10th? He done been through almost every team in the SEC except for Kentucky.
He's only been to Alabama, Tennessee, and Ole Miss.
You sure?
I'm positive. Look it up. Use your technology phone.
I'm going to use my technology phone.
He's been to other schools that he hasn't stayed long, but in the SEC, those are only three.
Those are on three.
But he doesn't stay very long. And I just think that him leaving and the way he left and how he left remind me of LeBron James saying, "I'm choosing South Beach."
Right.
Okay. And again, I don't know why you would let you. He just feels like he has a better chance in Louisiana winning a national title than he does in Ole Miss. And so Ole Miss players going to make it. That's what I felt like. I thought that was the only difference. The money sounds great, but he's already rich.
Right.
Okay. And so with that said, that's the reason why I think he left, because he feels like recruiting in Louisiana. Louisiana has a lot of top big time players in that state, and they're getting them to stay home and play there. I think that's a big deal.
Gotcha.
So was I right?
You're right. Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, and LSU.
Yeah. Now we're LSU. So.
And now LSU.
Now we're LSU. So real quick, let's go back to this first topic. We want to say this, and now we're being very biased. So very proud of our son Ty Bryant, who was named second team All SEC, and I'm just going to tell you, as his dad, I'm so giddy, and people have no idea the work he puts in, the pain he's in after the game, and when we talk to him the next day, and he's not out, he's sore, he's tired, and he gives great effort, and that's what I love about him tremendously is the blessing, and his faith is 100% our God, and what he does, and how he makes people feel. I get this a lot. Your son was at a speedway, and somebody said hi, Ty Bryant, and he will get out and sign an autograph, and he will talk to him. And his favorite saying is, "For sure, of course, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it." And he means that. He means that tremendously. So we want to do a shout out and say congratulations to Ty, and you keep doing, and certain obstacles come in front of him, and it's like right now he's in a little pain right now, and he has to go through rehab and get himself ready for next year's season, and we can't wait till a defensive coordinator is announced, because and see if he's going to be a Wildcat next year. So
my comment about Ty making All SEC second team. Number one, I was disappointed that he didn't make first team. So when you look at the stats of the other players that got first team All American, first team All SEC, Ty's stats were better. And so, but they were on better teams. And so I'm thinking that All SEC is a individual accolade and not a team effort, and it shouldn't have nothing to do with the team. And if it is going to be a team effort, I wish that the people at Bay or whoever makes these decisions, the coaches or whatever, make it look like. Let's compare. Ty played against the best teams, and we started off with number 15, number 16 in the SEC, and I think we worked our way up to the middle of the SEC by the time we got to I don't know where we dropped to at the end, but at one time we had made our way to the middle of the SEC. But when we have the sixth hardest schedule in the nation, and Ty rises to the occasion against the best teams, that should have carried a little bit more weight than a player with less stats than Ty playing on a better team, because you're not playing against. You're supposed to be good because you're not playing. Actually, to me, it should look the negative, because to me, if you're playing against weaker teams, your stats should be the ones that should be able to stand out. And I'm just that's my bias on that.
Okay, but
nobody's not gonna.
Okay, but let me shorten it real quickly. The same thing I said. What's the big difference if I score 2 touchdowns against Georgia and Georgia scores 2 touchdowns against Kentucky, which one's more impressive?
The 2 touchdowns
Okay,
against
that's
Georgia.
what you're saying.
That's
And
what
so
I'm saying.
people can understand that, because if you are stopping Texas, Florida, Auburn, Georgia,
Ole Miss,
Vandy, and you're making big plays against those guys, that's a little bit, mindset of a 5-7 team just past year at UK, and you stopping UK.
Yes.
So it's nothing against UK, but that makes logical sense, because I mean he put his body on the line against top ranked teams, but regardless, that God blessed him, we're proud of him, and we give all praise to our God. Amen.
Amen. Right. So the SEC has 5 teams in, and Coach Bryant, tell me why people hate and there's a SEC bias.
Well, it was an SEC bias, but if you ask anybody outside the SEC, and please chime in on this one, if you ask anybody it's not in the SEC, and you say, would you rather play the top tier? Would you rather play an SEC team fully healthy, or a Big Ten team, or an ACC team? Most teams going to say, I'd rather play a Big Ten or an ACC team besides Ohio State. Most teams will. And people hate the praise of SEC, because, even like Ty made a comment about the SEC, and he made a comment and he said, it's hard for the SEC to be the SEC because of NIL money. And he's right. It's going to change. It's going to change.
It's definitely even the playing field.
Yeah, I had a good friend of mine make a comment. A buddy of mine's made a comment. He said, the Big Ten now is it, because they won back-to-back national titles. And eventually, and I got a phone call from another friend telling me that Franklin Simpson, Careyburg, Franklin Simpson beat Bowling Green High for the first time in 15 years. Okay, eventually it's got to happen. Eventually, if you're competitive, eventually you're going to lose. Eventually, Frederick Douglass is going to get beat by a city school. It's going to happen. As long as you keep playing them, eventually it can happen.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody shoots a basketball. If you throw it towards the goal, there's a 50-50 chance it may go in.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean you can shoot.
Right.
Okay. It doesn't mean you're it. So with that said, I just think that the SEC bias is because there's a lot of praise in the SEC. Everybody talks about the SEC because they've done it. We know with certain schools, meaning LSU, Georgia, Alabama, now Texas, now Oklahoma's now in there. Now, did that not help that conference, having Oklahoma and Texas come in the SEC? It didn't hurt it, because those two are powerful.
And they've probably done more in the SEC than the regular SEC teams.
No, I ain't saying all that. They ain't been there long enough to give them that much praise. Come on now. Calm that down.
My bad. Okay.
Yeah, you're bad.
But it's true.
It's not true. It's not true. So,
okay.
Playoffs. What you got going on now? Come on now, we live. See, he says live right there in the corner. Live.
Yeah, playoffs. What playoffs? What about the playoffs?
I'm talking about the college playoffs.
The college playoffs. Okay, well let's go back to the bowl games. Why can't all the bowl games be a part of a tournament?
You mean then that takes away from being in the playoffs?
But could be the playoffs.
Baby. First of all, it's about certain bowl games getting this money, even though they switched up and started calling the playoffs. But certain bowl games get this team and this team playing at their field. That's always the Rose Bowl is going to have a Big Ten team. So big teams in the playoffs, they're going to play at the Rose Bowl.
Okay, so when you come up when you look at the college football playoff, you still let the Big 10 team play at the Rose Bowl.
Okay, what are we talking about then? You got me confused. I'm sorry. You do. I don't know.
I'm just saying that okay.
Okay.
Let's put okay. I think I have a thing of the college football playoffs, and there's so many games, but it needs to be take all the bowl games and put them into a bracket.
No, we're not doing that.
And make a like a.
So everybody else keeps playing. Because that's what you're saying.
What do you mean everybody else keeps playing?
Okay, right now we got
everybody keep playing. Yeah.
No, we don't want that. Because we want to feature the main teams, the top 12 teams. Everybody else can play their bowl games. Then the top teams play, and then everybody's watching them, and the revenue goes to them because they've earned it.
And the top 12 teams get a bye or a double bye, and all the rest of the teams cancel out each other, and then see whether or not they can get to the next level.
Man, you do very well on the committee board because
they should put me on a committee.
Yeah, you come up with some stuff that they came up with. So we're gonna put you on that committee board.
Hey, Mika, niece, how you doing? Love you. Mr. Brown said Georgia will win the championship. Is Georgia gonna beat Indiana? Who they got first?
Oh, I'm trying to punch it up. I can't get it to come up on my phone.
Oh,
I had it and then I can't find it anymore. But that's typical. What up, niece? Shouldn't you be at work?
Is she back on Thursday?
I don't know. You just put a business out there, boss. What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying.
So okay, so I'm trying to find it.
Find it.
I'm trying to find it.
I mean, you're the one with the technology phone. My phone's from 1963.
Then get you a new phone, Coach Bryant. What am I looking up? All the bowls, or am I looking up the top 12?
No, no. I don't care about all the bowls. I want the bracket, the college playoff bracket. 2025 college playoff bracket. Because then we're gonna go by. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Who's at the top? Top left. Oh, that's wrong.
That's not. That's right. That's it. So Alabama. Okay, because Indiana, Texas Tech, Ohio State, and Georgia.
Okay, slow down. Go back.
First round bye.
Okay. First game up in the top is Alabama and Oklahoma. Who you picking? Come on now.
Didn't Oklahoma beat Alabama earlier?
Who you picking? Alabama beat them. Oklahoma beat them twice, last year and this year.
It's hard beating a team three times.
Bro.
I'm going with Alabama.
Roll Tide. Okay.
Roll Tide.
Okay. Now you know me. I say it all the time. Boomer. Boomer. Sooner.
Okay.
Now I'm going with. I love Alabama. I do, but I'm going with Boomer Sooner. I'm going to Oklahoma. What'd you go in on the bottom?
JMU against Oregon.
Oregon by 80.
Oregon's gonna win by 80.
Okay.
Go
on the other side, top right.
Texas A&M and the U.
Now, some people are picking the U.
I'm going with Texas A&M.
I'm going with Texas A&M.
I mean, because they've been undefeated all year, and then they have a tough SEC schedule too.
Yeah, I'm going with Texas A&M.
Okay, and then we have who's this? Tulane against Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is gonna beat them. Ole Miss is gonna beat them by 40 like they did the first time.
Yeah, I don't see that much of a game. So let's go in now. The second round, I got Oklahoma and Indiana. I'm taking Oklahoma to win 2 straight.
So you think Oklahoma is gonna upset Indiana?
I got Oklahoma. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Oregon over Texas Tech.
No, who'd you pick? You got Alabama and Indiana. Who you picking?
Alabama over Indiana. I'm picking Alabama to win, and then I think Alabama's gonna upset Indiana.
Okay, so you got Alabama. Okay, that's my question.
So I still got Alabama.
Okay, Alabama. Okay,
to the Elite Eight.
Okay, you got Alabama. Okay, the next one is.
We both pick Oregon and Texas
Okay, I'm gonna take Oregon.
over Texas Tech. I'm gonna
I'm
take
gonna take-
Oregon too.
I'm gonna take Oregon.
Okay, so who did you choose between Miami and Texas A&M?
I took Texas A&M.
I took Texas A&M over Ohio State, and I think Texas A&M gonna beat Ohio State.
I think Texas A&M will beat Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then Ole Miss is gonna have to play Georgia, and Georgia's gonna beat Ole Miss, and then that means Georgia's gonna have to play Texas A&M,
and
Georgia's gonna beat Texas A&M, and then Oregon is gonna have to beat either Alabama, either one of them three teams right there.
Okay.
And you think Oregon is gonna come out there and it's gonna be Oregon and Georgia,
Georgia,
and I think it's gonna be Oregon and Georgia in the
okay,
championship.
wait. I'm sorry, you confused the heck out of me. Okay, so I've got Oklahoma playing who? Indiana. So I'm gonna take. I took Oklahoma.
Okay.
Against Indiana.
So who you got between Oklahoma and Oregon?
I'm gonna take Oregon.
Okay, so I'm back to where I said I'm saying Oregon and Georgia in the championship game.
And I'm taking Georgia.
And we're taking Georgia. And so, Ms. Brown, I think you're absolutely right. I think I'm picking Georgia to win it again this year.
And the whole key of saying.
Oh, hey sis, thank you.
The whole key of this to me is what my sister say, Roll Tide.
She said she don't like Alabama.
Well, that says Roll Tide.
Where?
I mean, you can't say I don't like Alabama and say Roll Tide. Right there.
Because your niece said Yvonne Bryant Roll Tide.
Oh, that's what I just said. My sis likes Roll Tide. I didn't say niece.
No, your niece said that, and she's saying to her mom, Roll Tide.
So she's picking Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama.
Yvonne's picking Indiana.
Okay. All right, because that made it look like that Yvonne was picking Roll Tide. Well, from a male perspective, it looks like no, because she said it up on top. I'm just saying right here, if I read that without reading that, then I understand that from that. But from that, it looks like Yvonne Bryant, Roll Tide. If you say Yvonne Bryant Williams, Roll Tide, I'm thinking you for Alabama. That's the way I'm thinking it.
She said no.
Okay.
She said no, your sister hates Alabama.
Right, but no, listen what I just said. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, we got it, Mika. He's not understanding how to look at the comments. That's all. You know, your uncle ain't. You know.
No, your uncle's very intelligent.
Wow. I did not say you was unintelligent.
Hold up now.
But he does not understand.
Sweetheart,
most of the technology and how it works.
Okay, I just said what I just said. Listen to me. Hear what I said. I said I didn't read the top. If I read the top, I would have got the second thing she said. If I say Coach Bryant Roll Tide, everybody in the nation will say Coach Bryant is for Alabama. Everybody would. Okay, it does not say Mom is for Indiana, but at the top it does. And that makes sense when you put them together. If you just read it solo. So I'm just saying. Most like if I say Coach Bryant said, "Go Big Blue." What does that mean? I'm for UK. Right or wrong?
So, Mr. Brown, does that mean you're choosing Texas A&M?
That's rude.
How am I ignoring you?
Go ahead.
How am I ignoring you?
You just ignored me. Yes, you did.
Yeah, he didn't see your message before yours.
I just said that.
Hey, Big Mike. Hope all is well with everyone. Go Cats. So he wants us back. He wants us on his show, but we can't. We're not going to his show till we get a DC and we find out what we got going on.
Okay. All right. I guess.
Anyway, thank you for coming on. And it's late or early where you are. He's over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can we talk about what about the basketball team?
We just switched on to basketball?
No, I'm just saying. Well, we need to bring up the basketball team. I'm surprised that nobody brought it up because they're struggling.
Okay. I just got one little comment. And I don't know how people don't take it.
6 a.m. Ooh.
What do you mean? Ooh, you get up at 4:30.
I know.
All right. I spoke to some people about this today. She doesn't like when I do that with my eyes. Okay, I said Texas A&M. Brown's taking Texas A&M.
I gotta go back and read.
I'm reading that right there.
I know. I gotta go back and read it.
Okay.
I think when we were going through the things, he was saying Texas A&M.
Okay.
But
so
he said earlier that he thought that he picked
Georgia
to win it all.
I thought I saw that, but then I saw Texas A&M. Okay, I think that's.
He said Georgia will win a championship. Yeah.
Okay.
We trying to keep up with all the messages.
Yeah, because sometimes I mean, if you don't get the beginning of the messages, and somebody says something, then you only see what you see, and you go by what you read.
And yes, there are too many bowls.
I don't think it's too many bowls. I never do.
But I love get for a school to have an opportunity to make the money, and then you have to think about the psychological part of that. You know, for those players that it's the end of their football career, that's tough, because football is one of the very few sports that once you hang up them cleats, it's a wrap. It's not like
unless you Rivers, who's going back for San Diego Charger at 44
years old.
You go get you can do that now,
but
because nobody touches you.
But my thing is,
quit giving Brady the GOAT, because Brady can come back. Ain't nobody touching him. You stand back and go like this. You can't touch the receivers. Linemen get the hold. I'm just making a point.
That I'm making is
I'm just making a point.
Other sports like basketball, you can still play pickup, you can still go run, you can still play tennis, you can still play softball or baseball, just in, as a pickup game for fun. Ain't nobody putting on no pads and walking out on the field and hitting each other and playing a full game of football at 11 years old. I'm just saying, ain't nobody doing that, Coach Bryant.
That's not number 50. I just wrote it down. Okay. All right, but here's my thing is, remember the semi-pro teams? They got some 40-year-olds playing semi-pro. Lexington got a team. They got some older gentlemen playing a little football.
Yeah, but there's a lot of players that still aren't going to be able to play on those teams.
But there's a lot of basketball players who can't play on that team anymore at that age.
But you can still at least go out and just shoot baskets. It's totally different just getting a football. You're just going to walk around with a football, but you're not getting ready to play football. You can still play basketball.
You know how many times I tackled my pillow?
Coach Bryant.
I'm just saying. I mean, just telling them.
I watch basketball. My favorite team is are the Lakers and UK. The only time I very seldom watch NBA because it's just not entertaining. I may watch it in the Final Four, depending on which teams are in
NBA.
I do like to watch the Kentucky Wildcats.
I mean, no,
they winning, but I love women's college basketball the most. So anytime the women, the Lady Cats are playing, South Carolina,
you can't call them Lady
Ole Miss. I don't care what you call. I'm calling that.
Your mama call them Lady Cats.
UConn. It used to be Stanford, LSU, any of the SEC teams. Because again, the SEC dominates women's basketball. I love watching them, and if I can go have an opportunity to go watch them live, I'll actually go buy a ticket and go watch them live. So I do watch basketball. Yvonne said, "Period." Yeah.
Period.
And so I'm not sure. Speaking of basketball, Pope is on the hot seat. Is Pope on the hot seat?
Nope.
I don't think he's on the hot seat.
Pope can't be on the hot seat because the difference is right now is you're getting brand new players, and people got to stop saying that people want to live in the past and live in the present, which is the future now. They're totally different. You can practice all you want, but when that light comes on, people are in your ear saying, shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
There was 2 players on UK team. We're not going to say their name. What did I say? Every time I see them, they shoot the ball.
They shoot the ball.
They just shoot. because
they come in, they just start shooting.
Because they know they're going to play. They're already making $1 million or more.
Yeah.
And so what Pope is trying to do is get them to get the team concept down. Like he said, we're going to be a very good team. This is going to be a very good ending. And I agree it will be.
Yeah,
like he did. What was the player he put on the bench and jumped on him?
Garrett or
yeah, I mean, this me, myself.
And then he didn't put him back in.
I mean, how do you not be a me, myself, and I when people have told you how great you are, and then all of a sudden you check your bank account and you making way more money than 90 of the people in the stands. 90% of the people in the stands. People stop. It's different. It is totally different now. And you gotta figure out a way. You have to figure out a way to motivate somebody that's already rich. They're rich. They're millionaires.
Yeah.
They're not giving them 80,000. They're giving them 2 million. Those basketball players, the UK makes $1.5 million to $2 million.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put a lot of people together. They don't make that much money.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and we got to understand that. And then what happens is after they buy what they need to buy and they give the money to their parents, give them 50,000 or whatever they're giving them, then it becomes down of winning.
Maybe we should have got tired of playing basketball so we get 50,000.
No, yeah. I mean, but what I'm saying is, it comes down to winning, and that's the swagger of older players like myself. We wanted to win, and
well, that's what I like about Ty. Ty, like when Ty plays, you could tell he's playing to win.
Yeah, he's a winner.
Yes, he plays hard because he wants to win.
And most most people only care about what they get, and those are the ones that that fall short. And when you win, everybody knows your name.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows your name. You got to do a little extra when you ain't winning.
When you're not winning, yeah. That's why I call this the title of the show, "The New Era in Coaching," because as a coach, you have to make so many. I mean, you almost have to change your whole coaching philosophy at this juncture in life. We've never been here before. We've talked about players getting paid, and now they're getting paid.
But we haven't really grasped that they're getting paid,
and we still haven't grasped that they're getting paid. And what that looks like. I think these contracts and stuff. I remember we talked with Coach Woods, and I was like, "Well, do they need to have incentives?" And he said, "Well, in basketball, yeah." He said you can't do incentives because if you're paying a basketball player incentives for the number of shots he's making, he ain't gonna never pass the ball. He's just gonna keep shooting the ball, which was a great point. But what about in football? So can we have incentives for the number of tackles or the number of tackles for losses where you're impacting the game, and it's an impact for interceptions, but you get docked if you miss a tackle, or you get docked if you fumble the ball, or
okay. Let me say this. Let me say this. But you can't do that based on the law. I don't know what the name of it's called, because that would be like if I went to work and I made a mistake and I didn't do everything I was supposed to do, they're gonna dock my pay. They're not gonna dock my pay. If I don't send information into a judge, if I don't send information to a parent, they don't dock my pay for that. They just say, "Get on me. I need you to get this done." If I am coaching and I call the wrong play that turns out wrong, they don't dock my pay. So you can't dock their pay for them not doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, you can't do that.
Figure out how to get some type of
you work if you work.
So where if their motivation is money,
okay, but babe,
how
if
we
you
can
work,
make it work.
What I'm getting at, if you work into, say you work in a factory and you make a mistake, they dock your pay? No, they don't.
They write you up.
They write you up, but they don't. No.
Get you ready to where you getting ready to get fired. And
Okay,
eventually
but
you just ain't gonna be getting paid at all because you're gonna be fired.
But here's the thing: is about it is you can cut them off the team. But it's the same thing about getting fired. You better make sure you follow the rules. Can't just fire people anymore. HR steps in. So my point is, again,
it just depends on what state you is, because Kentucky is an at-will state and they don't have to have a reason in order to fire you. So rumors said players were beefing over a female and so much can tilt the chemistry of the team. So Coach Bryant has the best. He said you can't dock their pay, but you can bench him. That's for sure. So let's go back to the one about the female issues and the rumors and stuff like that of Coach Bryant Coach Bryant has the best story when he was coaching. Are you allowed to say that on this?
I don't know what we're talking about.
You were coaching a team. Y'all were getting ready for maybe the state or the playoffs, and your starting pitcher who was probably, I think he got drafted. The girlfriend broke up with him, and he had bought her a necklace, and she shows up to the game with some other dude, and the dude was wearing the necklace that he bought.
Yes.
Tell the story.
That's the story.
But y'all lost.
But he threw 2 flat pitches. They both were home runs. He only gave up 3 hits the rest of the game, and 1 more hit the rest of the game. I went out there and I said something to him. And I mean, come on. Even if you don't play a sport, women can make you do things that you don't want to do. It's because your emotion gets into it. So I don't know what rumor that is about that. Whatever it is, it's been going on all the time. It's not this year.
Mr. Brown laughing.
It's not this year. It's life. It's life. It really is. I mean, just say it. And you also heard me say there's never been a powerful man bring another powerful man down. It's always been a woman.
I mean, we just lost another good coach today because he let a woman take him down.
Well, no, he did that, mate.
That's what I'm saying. He let a woman take him down.
Well, God did tell him don't eat the apple too.
He told him not to eat.
I'm just saying. So what that said is whatever's going on, they're going to fix it. Now, Mr. Brown, you've chimed in a few times, and we appreciate you. We always do. But my comment is that didn't it seem kind of odd last night after the game? I know Oklahoma City does this when they're doing an interview and all the guys gather around them. I saw UK players gathering around 00 when he was doing his interview. And I was like, okay. Now, I don't know. I'm watching. At my age, I can do this. I'm at that age now. And I said, okay, that sort of reminded me of a man and a woman holding hands and kissing out in public when they know they're having problems at home. And they're trying to make the world think everything's okay. That's how I took that. I was like, whoa, yeah.
Do that? If we in public and we,
let me finish. Okay. So my point is, did you watch that game and you saw that? When I saw that, I went like, why are they standing around him interviewing? Then I saw the guys that don't even get in around me. And I was like, okay, is this premeditated? Is this something they talked about they're going to start doing? And they're trying to make everybody outside of UK basketball. They're trying to make people think outside of UK basketball that everything's okay because everybody outside of UK basketball thinks something's wrong. So I don't know. Like, what do you think? Did you see that last night?
I mean, I saw it, but I don't know.
You didn't think anything about it?
I didn't think nothing about it.
Okay.
Because like I said, what you just said about, people putting on the front in public and make it seem like that your household is.
Well, the previous games that's never happened, and then the rumors came out they're having problems together, and another game come out they're having problems. the Louisville game started that they had issues. And then the next thing you know, after 2 or 3 weeks talking about it, we're all gathering together as united one. I hope it was real.
Mhm.
And I hope that makes them get together because I want UK to win. I mean, I don't care if it's in chess, win. You know?
Yeah, we need them to. We need them to win. It's just good for the
I mean,
community.
Pope's a great coach, and I've met him a couple of times. A great guy. I remember when he played here at UK, and you know, I remember talking to him then.
I don't know. I just don't understand how. And I saw this with Coach Cal too. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of coaching from the assistant coaches during the game with the individual
Because
players.
the head coach is too busy yelling. You can't have 3 people talking to him at the same time. So if you got a coach, like when I watch, I give you the best example. Good one. When I watch Wolford Brown coach, he's very chilled, but he makes his point. He ain't no he don't play. His assistant coaches is always shouting stuff out, but he's not talking when they shout stuff out. Okay, if you get a head coach that always talks during the whole time, it's hard to have an assistant coach saying something because now you got 2 people talking at a time. Remember when we coach, if the offense does something wrong, I don't say anything. I say it to you so you can say it to them because we both can't be talking to them at the same time. They're not going to process what you're saying. So when I watch basketball coaches, I see is the head coach one of those guys that talk. When Kyle was here, if you remember, he yelled the whole game. So when can assistant coach say anything? Or maybe at halftime.
I guess it's just not that when they come
During
to
the
even when they come to the bench or because they're subbing in and out. Even when they sub in and out, they give them like a dap, but and every once in a while, I'll see them every once in a while be talking to a player on the sideline. It happens everyone, but to me, they're just I don't know. There's just not enough communication once they come out because when do you have time to get them to make adjustments? And then I feel like basketball coaches make the mistake that I think I almost made when I first started coaching football is they're watching the game and they're not looking at who's hurting us or looking at the stats. Like, okay, well, this, you're waiting until halftime to be like, this dude already got 15 points in the first half. Why haven't we already made an adjustment to get him shut down? You should be able to, that type of stuff. Hey, we need to go ahead and switch these out because this dude is scoring too much, and we need to put somebody else on there that can. So I just think that they don't. And I saw that with Cal too, where they just let Cal and Pope just coach, and I don't understand why he got assistant coaches because it's like they don't contribute to helping him to be able to navigate the game. Whereas you taught me, like when we're coaching football. You do it well. You can see everything, but if I see something, I'll come and I'll bring it to your attention, and in case you didn't see it, and if you've seen it, you've seen it. But in case you didn't see it, because normally you see everything, so you're a little bit different. And I think that's not what's happening, and I don't know what that looks like. And I've talked to high school coaches, and they've said that to me. They was like, I gotta find different coaches because they're just watching the game. They're not communicating with the players when they come off the court to fix whatever needs to happen. They're high-fiving them and they're high-fiving them instead of sitting them down and talking to them and correcting the situation. And I think that's kind of what's going on with them. But I've had a high school coach tell me that he has that problem with his assistant coaches.
Yeah, and that's a valid point. But I still go back in closing, going back on it all depends on how the head coach is. And especially in basketball to me. Now you can have a conversation with a kid, but if the kid comes off, he makes a negative and you're telling him blah, 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 he ain't really hearing you because it's not the right time. Sometimes you gotta let people relax themselves back down. You can't come at somebody if they're up here. I don't care who they are. I mean, I can't come at you if you're up here. I got to wait till you come down. So when that kid comes off to the sideline, he may be irritated about his mistake, maybe irritated that the head coach took him out, and now you in his face.
But I'm not. But there's a way to do it.
I know it, but you only have a small window to do it.
Well, then when does it get fixed?
Well,
because they're on the bench for 30 seconds, and then now you're putting them right back in there, and then the situation didn't get. And then now,
But I'm answering your question.
The teams are in a situation that they're in right now with the losses and stuff because that's not getting done during the game time situation. Because now we got to be sensitive to the kids and whether or not you're in their face.
Okay,
when it needs to be fixed. That's part of the problem.
But the problem is, I don't think that's the problem. The problem is when you go 1 for 20 from 3-point line, that ain't coaching. Hit the shots. When you go 8 minutes without scoring, that has nothing to do with coaching. I mean, you shoot basketball, hit the shot. If somebody runs off 7, 8 points and you're a good team, like the team they played yesterday, they're supposed to win by 43.
You're supposed to win by 43.
Okay, because you were better talented. If the talent is equal with you, you got to step up. When you played Louisville, when you played Gonzaga, and Gonzaga runs off, they run off 12 straight points. You know, and then you as a big time player is no, I'm gonna stick it in the hole. I'm gonna stop this run. Okay, so if you come to the sideline, what are you telling me? Stick it in the hole, shoot the basketball, use the backboard. I mean, basketball to me, you should already know that. Your job is to put the ball in the basket. So with that said, is if it's an assignment that you blow, I see college coaches talking to them on the bench. But what do you say to a person that's missed 5 straight shots? Flick your wrist? I mean, there's not very much you can say to them. That's all I'm saying. I mean, because it's all about big time players make plays. And we said that during UK football. Players have to make plays. Coaches, yes, we'll take the blame as coaches. All right. But if I put you in the right spot, because remember, I was at a school and people were complaining about the defense, and you pointed out he's got him right there. He missed the tackle.
He missed the tackle.
He's right there. He missed the tackle. He's told him that the guy was going out in the flats, go out there and make the play. And then everybody, it's a whole lot easier saying, it's me, let me fix it. Then why don't I blame a coach? Coach, I don't blame Pope.
I don't blame Pope either.
I think Pope's trying to figure this group out. I think some of his philosophy, because he's very intelligent. He's was it a doctor or attorney?
I don't remember.
One of them. I want to say it might be an attorney. So he's very intelligent. He's got a very high IQ. And I just got to make sure, Coach, that he's talking to them, not at them. Because you can say something, because that was one of the what's the Chicago Bulls head coach when Jordan played. They played for the coach for the Lakers too.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson was that. He was very intelligent, but he got a group of young men around him that could understand what he wanted each individual to do.
But it seems like when Pope yelled at them, he finally got their attention instead of
I like
Mr.
that.
Nice.
Yeah, when he jumped in that tail, because he realized this team is going to need more strong love than understanding love, and that's part of it, right? Mm-hmm. More strong love than understanding love. All right. I guess before we get out of here, let's we've hit every subject. Actually went by pretty fast. Wow.
I didn't realize it was that late already.
Yeah, already. Let's talk about your Cowboys.
I think it goes back to the same thing. I think George Pickens was having a good season. And this is one of those games where he just didn't show up. I mean, there was a couple of passes where I felt like he made no effort to catch the ball. And then when Richard Sherman called him out on it, he wants to name call and react like a immature child for calling him out. But I think that Sherman hit it right on the nose. Again, it comes back to, okay, you've already shown me what you can do. And so then now, once you show me what you can do, now that's the standard that I'm going to hold you to every week, because you show me that, okay, Oh, you can run a 4.2? Well, I need you running a 4.2 every time. I'm gonna be mad if I see you jogging.
Well, and you remember what was the young man for Bryan Station? And I understand exactly what you mean. And I lived in Hunt. When Hunt played football for Bryan Station, I never will forget. And if he's listened to this or somebody that knows him, I'm sitting back there, and everybody's watching him. They say, "Oh, he's fast," and I said, "Who's fast?" And they go, "Hunt." And then all of a sudden, Hunt caught a ball, and the temperature was 78 degrees, 81 degrees outside. He ran by me. I caught a cold because he just flew by me, and I got sick. That's how much the wind was going. He is so fast. And I walked up to him, and I said, "I never knew you was that fast because you don't run fast all the time." And I said, "You need to learn to run fast all the time. If you got speed, prove your speed on every single play." So I will never forget that. And he looked at me and said, "Yes, sir."
And I think that's kind of, that's kind of it is, when you show me what you can do, I'm gonna hold you to that standard. But if you've always just even kill, or you don't play as hard, then I'm going to expect that that's your level of play as well. And so now I have to lower my expectation of you because you're not as good as I thought that you were.
Right.
And so, and then now I can't be mad because now this is who you are. But if you show me in one game that you're early on, you show me that you're a dog, then I expect you to show up to be a dog every game. Yes. And that's to me, that was the issue with Pickens. Don't start that. I felt like Pickens didn't show up. He was inconsistent, and that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize this till one of my friends, Mr. Sanchez at school, brought it to my attention. My Niners got a chance to go on from this weekend. They can go from 7th to 1st place.
In the NFC?
With all that, they could be based on one win.
Based off of one win?
They're 9-3.
Oh.
With all those injuries, the Niners are 9-3.
Hey, they're killing it.
I'm not saying that their schedule's tough, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
So Coach Moore, he's in jail. Anyway, so let's go to
hold up. Why is he in jail?
Something happened. I don't know. He's in jail right now.
What?
Yeah, he's tripping.
I guess I gotta look and find out.
Yeah, he's tripping. Well, you got the Titans this week, so that's a win. Where's that game at?
In California.
Oh, I was gonna say, you want to go to that?
It's in California.
Okay.
They play the 49ers play in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh yeah, in December. You want to go to that one?
And because it's in the dome.
It's in the dome.
Yeah, we might have to drive up in the nap, go back to the crib, say hi to my family. What do you think?
Yeah.
And be wearing 49.
I don't know what happened to my 49ers shirt. I had a 49ers shirt on.
But because you ain't no real Niner fan, nobody wants you coming over.
Okay, so who y'all got left? Y'all got the Titans. Then you got the Colts, who got a 44-year-old quarterback now. Is he starting?
That's San Diego Chargers.
That don't say the Colts.
Yeah, but the San Diego Chargers has Rivers.
Oh, I thought he went to the Colts.
The San Diego Chargers.
My bad.
I've been saying it 3 times.
I don't know why I thought it was the Colts. Because who replaced him? Because Richardson is still.
Babe, I don't know what you were talking about. I just know that that's where he's going. I don't know anything.
Okay. And then you got the Bears. That's going to be a tough one because y'all, and then the Seahawks. That's going to be it's going to be tough to win.
So what are you saying?
I don't know.
I'm saying something.
I'm just saying it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I see you winning maybe 2 out of the next 4.
Okay, it's 500. We'll take it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
Eagles are done. You think the Eagles are done, Mr. Brown? I don't think the Eagles are done. Dallas will play the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Ooh, who said that?
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, come on.
Okay, who we got left, Mr. Brown? Because
You just
you
say
know we
Dallas
be-
is gonna make the NFC championship.
because you know we be tripping.
Mr. Brown, come on.
We be tripping.
Now your level has been very high, but I'm gonna take some points away after that one. I'm gonna have to put you in a 1 minute timeout right now. I'm just saying, I love you. You know that. Come on, Cowboys.
Okay, so we 6-61. Stupid. Okay, so we got we just got our bus whipped by the Lions. So we got the Vikings who are 5-8. That's a possibility. And then we're gonna probably lose to the Chargers. We should beat the Commanders, and then we should beat the Giants. So we should win 3 out of the next 4 minimum. I said we should.
Come here.
That don't mean
Scoot
we're
back.
going.
Wait.
That
back.
don't mean we're going
scoot
to.
back. Because that's all hard.
Okay, the Giants and the Commanders is duty. So you don't think we're gonna beat them?
Babe, I mean, no offense, babe. I love you. You know you my dog. You my ace. Y'all duty. So saying. Yeah. All I know is how many times in this house I get very ticked off at the Cowboys because they're built, and then all of a sudden you walk around like this. I said, baby, we don't eat. I ain't hungry. Baby,
Yvonne, I said should. I didn't say they was going to. I said they should, but we already know we gonna choke on something.
All I'm saying is, what up, sis?
Thank you. I said should.
All I'm saying is,
because I don't get my hopes up on my Cowboys no more.
Don't bail her out.
Do not get my hopes up.
All I know is it's been many times in this house that all of a sudden I'll be like, hey babe, we're going out to dinner and I don't want to go now. I'm just saying. How many times it happened? A lot.
Very seldom.
Very seldom the Cowboys let you down. What's that? What?
Phillip Rivers is in American football with the Indianapolis Colts.
He's with San Diego Chargers.
He used to be with the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, San Diego Chargers.
The Indianapolis Colts brought him back, not the Chargers.
Oh, I don't know who brought him back. I just don't.
That's what he was talking about. No, he's with the Indianapolis Colts. He's not with the Chargers.
Okay.
44 years old.
I can't wait till we play him. We're gonna blitz him like crazy. He was coaching high school football.
We just got a massive CeeDee Lamb injury update. Oh my goodness. What the heck wrong with CeeDee Lamb? He had a concussion.
Is that why he keeps dropping all those passes?
No, he keeps dropping all them passes because he don't catch the ball.
That's what dropping the passes mean.
Duh.
All right.
It ain't got nothing to do with
all right. Well, we're about to wind this down because oh my gosh. So, well, let me ask you a question. Is there anything that you wanted to say that you never had an opportunity to say? Who that sound like? Yeah, got it.
Have I had anything to say that I have an opportunity to say that, and I've never had an opportunity to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, this is my platform, so I always kind of say what I want to say.
Okay. Okay, Bobby Brown.
And I think what I had to say, I said it today.
What'd you say?
Was the fact that I didn't like that my son was not first team because he should have got the benefit of the doubt because he got better stats against playing against a better competition, being the lower team. And I think he got duped on first team.
Well, I think the biggest thing to me, it always comes out if you look at where most of these kids that's all SEC come from, they already have that because they either played in Georgia somewhere big time in high school, and just like Dane Key, don't get the love he deserves. He's one of the big time. Is he just happened to be born in Lexington, Kentucky?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can do that. I mean, there's a reason why Jerry Rice went to an all black school, and is the best receiver in NFL history. You didn't have to go to Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, or Ohio State to say you're good. God blesses you in all stages. And there's a reason why Walter Payton did the same thing. It's the reason why, what's my man's name, the defensive guy that played for the Giants that does Today Show. Strahan, the same way. I mean,
he's being inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but my point is, thank you. But my point is, I wish people start judging people on their ability and not where they went to school at or where they supposedly supposed to be better just because that doesn't necessarily you are better. Just as you get more pub. And I think going back to your question with the SEC, I think that's why people have a problem with the SEC because they think they give them more pub just because
it's the SEC.
Yeah,
or they have the money because they have the rights.
But SEC's record in the history, and like Ty Bryant said, that it's going to change because of NIL money. Because a lot of SEC guys that would normally be in the SEC is playing in the Big Ten or playing somewhere else because they're trying to change their household.
Absolutely.
Because some of their parents make $30,000 a year, and now your son's got or your daughter's got a chance to make money to help the family, and that's what you do. So,
okay, so I do want. I of course I just mentioned something else. I didn't bring up the fact that I want to congratulate, and I love that Michael Vick is getting inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, and they're not holding the incident against him by not putting him in.
Well, I mean, I think they just have to wait. I knew he was probably going to go in when he went back to Philly, and they accepted him, and coach gave him a chance. Who's the Eagles? Who's the Kansas City Chiefs coach? Got him, back on the field, and yeah. People forgive if you just admit I was wrong. I mean, they get upset, but people forgive you when you don't admit that you're wrong. And he was wrong. He said, I didn't. And again, he wasn't one buying the dogs and all, but he funded it. But he didn't. I mean, you're going to get in trouble for that, regardless. It's sort of like being a head coach. If your assistant coaches do something wrong, they're going to blame you. If your players do something wrong, because you've got to know your house. So I am happy for him. He's doing a very good job at what college is he at?
Norfolk, I think. Norfolk State.
Yes. Did a very good year. So, I mean, I'm just proud of a lot of these former players getting an opportunity to coach and going back and helping out young people and giving them some homeschool values.
Yeah. And then his boy, Deshaun Jackson, I think he got HBCU Player of the Year. I mean, Coach of the Year.
Oh, Sean Jackson, the former receiver?
The one that's at Delaware, the head coach at Delaware State.
Yeah, former receiver.
Yeah. He got the HBCU Coach of the Year.
Wow.
Which I thought was huge.
That's huge. That's giving back. That's not just riding into the sunset. I would love to, back in the day, if, he's much older now and probably won't do it, was, a Steve Young or Joe Montana become a coach.
Yeah.
To put that in there. And a lot of those former players like him and Elway, Elway was a general manager, so he was giving back. But with that said, Manning becoming a coach, you sit on TV and you criticize coach, become one.
Right.
And then you realize it's not that easy. Not even close. So
Marshall Faulk is now a new head coach. He did. Deion gave him a year at Colorado, so he can get the experience and on his resume. And then now they made him a head coach at Southern, I think. And I think it's also at HBCU. And we're going to have him on here soon. I probably should have booked him today, but I'll get him in the next couple of weeks. I want to shout out Coach Felton Huggins at Kentucky State because they made the playoffs for the first time in school history.
Right. played a tough little game, and
Mhm.
but again, you can't take away the pluses that he
Absolutely.
did for
That he
K
did for
State
K- yeah.
and his coaching staff as well, and his players, you
Yeah.
know,
And there somebody probably is coming for him
yeah.
to steal him away from
All right,
Kentucky
let's
State.
get off this.
All right. So, all right. Well, anyway, I love y'all, everybody. I think I know I got a special guest next week. We're gonna talk money next week. And I want to thank
Well,
our
I
sister
mean,
Yvonne and Mr. Brown
you're
and
gonna
our
tell them
cousin
who it is
Mika.
next week.
Oh, Jonathan Davis. Jonathan Davis is former Kentucky player. He played also with our present coach and you know
At
he's
UK.
at UK, and he started his own financial services firm, and with all the NIL stuff like that, um, financial literacy has to be on the top priority for a lot of athletes and families.
Right, and let me say this: when he comes on, you know, we're going to talk to him about him and what he's done after basketball. Besides that, and does he have a young person that's plan and the financial part as well? But we want to know a little bit about him and outstanding person, outstanding man, and great family guy, and so we're happy to have him on next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we good.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
You're cute.
You cute too. So make sure you guys subscribe and share and all of that good stuff. We love you. I want to thank you, the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, for always sponsoring our show. We look forward to highlighting some of the legends from the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame that have been inducted. Look out for some of their testimonies and stories. We're always going to highlight them because Layshoff is one of our biggest sponsors, and BBN, yes, number 14, absolutely number 14, and we hoping he's still wearing number 14, and we still at Kentucky next year.
We really do, but you know, and we're not throwing it out there, but we're just saying that, you know, I mean, you know, I played there, and you're a huge fan, and I'm a huge fan, and then you know, the volleyball team is doing the thing. We saw them a little live last week, and they're still doing their thing. And you know, all I know
basketball's only lost one game. They're ranked number 15.
Right, and so you know, we got excitement in football with the new head coach, and you know, and I want to say this before we close, and I want to, you know, and I really mean this. I want to. For anybody that's listening that knows and sees them, and I don't see them very much, it's, you know, Coach Stoops, thank you for allowing our son to have an opportunity to play at the University of Kentucky, and Coach White and Coach Bafano for molding him, and we appreciate that, because those, I mean, people got to understand is those men are around my child and around our child. And that's at 17-year-old age to 18-year-old age when they first get on campus, and the positive things that they have installed in him, as well as myself as a dad. And just saying, the Ty, we're proud of you. Want to make sure I say that again. We're super proud of you, and your front leader is our God, and you follow him, and we know that. All right. So anyway, I'm out. Go Niners. Go Niners. Go Niners. Go, sorry, wrong hand. Go Niners. 4-9. And you said we're going to win. Lucky to win 2 out of 4.
I didn't say lucky.
Don't you owe me 50? Let's make a bet. You already owe me 50. 50.
What I owe you?
Then you owe me another one this week. What bet did we make? I made it with your girl.
What?
We bet 100.
We did?
I wrote it down. All right.
Thanks. So I owe you 150.
The game ain't happened yet. Yeah, you owe me 150.
Oh, okay. Go Tyler Swift. Oh Lord. Tyler Swift.
Who's Tyler Swift?
Taylor Swift. That's Travis Kelce's girlfriend. That's always from the Kansas City Chiefs.
What?
She said her team was her favorite. So Yvonne is a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Oh, okay.
She's a Swiftie.
I didn't know what Taylor Swift. I
You
don't
know, I had no idea who that she was.
Oh, I do know who she is. I've
Yeah.
heard of her, but
Yeah,
I wasn't
Taylor
thinking
Swift.
of her.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
All right. Go Niners.